All right, how about this one this time? All right, how about this one this time? Ayun, yan, nag-echo siya. All right, good. So, let's go back to the major currency pairs here. We are actually in the middle of back to back to back to back high impact news from uh FOMC member speech earlier. Then we have price index for US price index or PCE. Then you have good trades balance, right? Then another personal spending to retail inventories to Michigan consumer expectation, right? On a Friday. So this is actually causing the USD to drop as we speak and recover na rin naman siya ng kahit konti. Yun, makikita nyo yan, napakalaki-laking drop nung kanina sa USD. So, let's go to the actual chart para makita nyo kung ano yung ibig kong sabihin. So, look at that. So, I was expecting for a bounce there, anticipating for that news. Well, unfortunately, the news is not that good for the dollar, right? Kagaya nung, let's say, where's that number earlier? So there is there you go, core personal consumption expenditure, PCE, the numbers, right? Balance lang yung number, but if you are reading the news and all of the stuff, right? It measures price changes for perspective or from the perspective of the consumer. So hindi siya ganun kataas na number, right? So ibig sabihin, sabi nga if we will see a lower than expected reading, then it would be taken as bearish. Pero flat lang siya. The forecasted number is 0.3. The actual number is 0.3. So it's not that good for the dollar. So I was expecting for a higher number, right? Same thing with yeah, that's the PCE for the month of April, right? So ngayon lang nila nire-release. Then we still have consumer expectation coming out. Tapos meron pang kanina, medyo it is fighting back for the personal spending measures for the dollar. Again, we're still talking about the dollar. The forecasted number is 0.7. Then the release number is 0.9. So we are expecting for a bounce back here after that first not so good news for the dollar. So we might expect for that reversal anytime soon. Anyway, if you look at this on the daily chart, I'm still for a pending bullish engulfing on the daily, waiting for this big drop right here for a little bit of a correction. Let's see if that market will do that tonight. Pero it's kind of unlikely because it needs to move up by about 80 plus pips. Pero tingnan natin. The Friday is still not done yet. I want to see that bullish engulfing on the daily chart, or at the same time we could expect that to happen possibly on H4 as well. So if that moves higher and that bullish engulfing can possibly be confirmed tonight, then there's a very good chance for Monday we might expect for stronger dollar. Yeah, and if that's the case, it could possibly go in that direction. Okay, and looking at gold, then it could possibly continue that breakout from that floor level, continuing this downtrend right there, right? Or the downtrend na ito. Okay, so I'm sorry, excuse me. Okay, so but dollar yen, look at that. Dollar yen, doon na siya nag-react itong huling-huli lang. Right? Itong pinaka-last lang na news. Yeah, it has been good for the dollar. Pero hindi siya nag-react doon sa sinasabi kong FOMC na announcement at about 7:35 something, right? So, yung 8:30 natin ngayon is doon nag-release yung PCE report. So, tapos at the same time, sabi ko nga back to back to back to back 'yon. All right? Another thing is good trade balance is the difference in value between imported and exported goods number that also have been released tonight. So, medyo not good din yung number, right? Pero tingnan natin how the dollar could react on this one. So, obviously, for at least for the last 15 minutes or the first 15 minutes no, 7 minutes actually on this bar. Yeah, I'm on the 15-minute chart, I mean. So the price have spiked for about 20 pips. Tingnan natin. In general pa rin naman, if you look at USD JPY, it's still pointing on that direction. Pero almost identical sila ng situation ni USD CHF if you can look at this, right? So nasa ganito tayong angle that we are actually sitting on, I would say, a strong lower level right here, right? So parang ganito yung situation natin. Kung mapapansin nyo, ito tapos bumaliktad dito. Ito naman tapos bumabalik dyan. Right? So there's a very good chance if this happens, right, dollar yen can follow, and there's a very good chance as well for gold to possibly decline in price next week. But then again, there's nothing guaranteed dollar pair, specifically with dollar yen and gold. So meaning, again, disclaimer, in not all the time, but most of the time, if you see the dollar getting stronger, there's a very good chance for gold to weaken or decline in value. And vice versa. If gold naman is strong, then there's a very good chance for the dollar to move the opposite direction. Okay? So I was
Excuse,
looking.
sir. Excuse.
Sorry po, we're on live for YouTube, sir. Delio, yes, ano po yung question?
Di makita yung dinidiscuss mong chart, sir.
Sa Zoom.
Ayan po.
Okay. Thank you.
Paki-chat nga sila pag 8:30. Paki-chat na lang. Alright, thank you so much for letting me know as well. Alright, so, pero dun po sa YouTube live, nakikita naman po yung screen, ano? Yeah. If you can comment or chat with me, please. Thank you so much, Sir Delio, for letting me know for the people in Zoom as well. Alright, so, okay, I hope that is clear now. Itong nandito na part. So, okay. And ano pa nga yung sinasabi ko kanina? Yun lang. Alright, let me go back to, sorry. I apologize. Okay, so, again, there's negative correlation between, between the dollar yen and gold. Okay, so yun yung titingnan natin. But anyway, since that price is moving and anyway, wala pa naman siya dun sa entry price na gusto natin for a bullish engulfing, right? For those currency pairs I mentioned, I just needed to go to that first so we can react to whatever trade we might want to take in that case. Okay? So, let me go back and run this down from AUD down back to gold. Okay? So, AUD USD, looking at this one, since we're seeing a decline on the dollar or USD JPY, to be particular, in USD CHF, you're noticing that AUD USD as well is moving in that direction. I'd like to go to a much lower time frame, right? Para makita natin yung short-term na move na yan. Yes, we have a short-term uptrend there. And it's kind of breaking out of this level right here. Take note, this is on the 15-minute chart, okay? So since this is on the 15-minute chart, all right? Sorry, excuse me. It is not our primary time frame to confirm, general market condition. But then again, we can take some positions on the 15-minute chart, just making sure na we follow the general market condition or direction, right? Kabayan Mark, sometimes it is broken connection but recovers. Oh, good, thanks. Thank you for letting me know. I'm just curious now since I have it here. I just want to make sure that everyone, let me see. Disconnect daw yung iba. I want to make sure I have good internet connection from my end. Oh yeah, I'm running a quick speed test right here. Medyo okay naman, right? So I just want to, ping is good, just 7. All right. Probably from your end as well, if you can check if there are other devices or other application para hindi po kayo masyadong laggy or pixelated. All right. So let's see the upload speed as well. Yeah, that's good speed as well from my end. So yeah, there you go. All right. Yeah. So I'm satisfied with that. Okay. So going back, again, remind ko lang po, if you have other application or you're watching this via your mobile phone, so probably alam nyo naman si YouTube, 'di ba, nag-a-adjust siya, nagiging pixelated talaga siya at the beginning. nag-a-adjust siya dun sa current na internet connection ninyo. Alright? So, thank you so much for understanding. So, should we take a buy here since we're seeing a breakout here? Aggressively, yes, we can do that. But we want further confirmation. Coming from what time frame? Coming from D1. Okay. So, if you notice, we can remove this horizontal lines here, right? If you have not drawn your horizontal level, so yep, you can just simply go and draw them here, right? And okay, and that way, so you could have a bit of an idea what the price is doing. So, and at the same time, you have a level to monitor, right? Kung nagbe-breakout ba talaga siya or hindi. So, if those are the levels that we are seeing here now, and meron kang minor na level somewhere here. So, nadagdagan lang natin. So, if that's the case, what we're seeing here is that breakout right there. If you guys can remember this from, yeah, oh yeah, nung Wednesday, medyo nandito lang siya. Pero, look at that symmetrical triangle now broken, or for some, probably this looks like a bullish flag for you. So from Malin last night, right? Look at that bullish flag, and at the same time, you can consider this as a that pattern right there. So there's still indecision there, right? Tapos nag-breakout. So that breakout is happening now. I would anticipate for a pullback conservatively. Sabi ko nga kanina, yes, we're seeing that breakout on the 15-minute chart, but is it time for us to go for a buy? I will wait for a pullback to be more confident with that. So meaning for people who wants to scalp in or just get in and out of this trade very quickly, so there's a very good chance that you are looking for a sell first. Yeah, you could be looking for a sell first, then tawag dito, from there you can look for a buy somewhere at this area right here. So the floor level will be somewhere at 7106, right? Or 0.7106 for that matter. Okay? So again, sabi ko nga, for short-term sellers, right? Please be mindful of this level right here. Baka bigla na siyang mag-bounce papunta doon. Okay? So that's where we are coming from in this case. Okay? So from here, and the trading plan, kaya ba ngayon? Di gaano. I would like to go for 1 hour. Hindi pa rin. Right? So, ideally, tanggalin ko lang tong trend line na to. Ideally, or adjust ko na siya. Ideally, I would look for the H4 chart to go there first. Okay? Pero again, sabi ko nga, for short time frame traders, if you want to catch a quick sell right here for that correction or for that pullback, just please be extra careful because you are trading against the trend, not with the trend for that matter. Okay? And if that happens, you will see etong ganito na uptrend. So hopefully this market will follow this uptrend. We have a beautiful continuation towards that direction. Okay, so can that possibly happen tonight? Yes, it is still possible. But given that the dollar is fighting back, right, based on those high impact news that I mentioned to you earlier today, right, at meron pa tayong parang 1, 2, 3 more. O dalawa na lang pala, sorry, in an hour and 3 minutes or 13 minutes. Yeah. So we are waiting for the Michigan consumer expectation number for the month of May, right? So ano bang sinasabi nito? If you're a fan of checking the news or high impact news, right? Expectation is if it's higher than the forecasted number, right? So ano ibig sabihin? Right now we're the previous number was 62.5, forecasted is 56.3. So if the actual number will be higher than the forecasted, right? Then it would be taken as positive for the dollar. So ibig sabihin we are expecting for that number na ma-release mamaya like an hour from now should be higher than the 56.3 forecasted, right? Again, if you are trading with the news, all right? But if these things that I'm saying doesn't really make sense to you, then that only means that you should not be trading with the news, not until you really get the, what do you call this? The idea, or at least the idea of how to interpret those news items, okay? Now, if the number will be lower than the forecasted, right? Let's say somewhere at 54, 53, yeah, then it could possibly be negative for the dollar. So we might expect for a spike again, right? On AUD USD, Euro USD, right? Or a drop on USD JPY and USD CHF. And again, not as automatic as I've said earlier, but you understand that USD JPY, USD CHF have negative correlation with the gold, then that could possibly affect the gold as well. So for people who are monitoring whether gold can really break through this current floor or possibly reverse, then yeah, these levels are something to watch out for. And you have that high impact news coming up in the next few minutes as well. All right. And for next week, since it's Friday already, just give you a heads up. Next week will be non-farm payroll week as well. That's first Friday of June, right? So tingnan natin how would the dollar be setting up itself, yeah, for first week of June. Well, anyway, yeah. So that's coming from Aud Usd, and yung magiging trading plan natin. So again, just a quick look back there, a buy from this direction towards that move, yeah. So from this floor to that ceiling, we are looking at about 77 pips of a move. So if we can catch half of it or maybe just few pips, it's still good money to be collected, right? Euro USD. Okay, so looking at this one, I was waiting for a breakout there earlier on a lower time frame. But that 1 hourly bullish engulfing did not go, obviously. So let me just cancel that, right? So obviously, kung mapapansin nyo, I was waiting for that breakout from the 1 hourly chart kung saan ko tinanggal yung Fib numbers ko. So there was momentum here. Yes, looking at that, beautiful cycles, right? Then from here, I was expecting for a bullish engulfing actually from here pa lang nung unang touch ng EMA, pero it did not go. Why? If you look back to D1, all right, there's a possibility, nakaka-crossover niya pa lang, there's a possibility for that correction to happen anytime soon. So ibig sabihin, I don't want to rush in on buying Euro USD again. I would like to see that bounce coming from this level right here. So tingnan natin to. So with that being said, obviously it could still go for like if not Monday, Tuesday pa tayo pwede mag-buy dyan. So ibig sabihin, comes Monday, I am likely to look for a sell from here to here. Yung nakikita nyong teal na box from my end right now. Okay? So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, on H4, I'm still seeing that uptrend pero sabi ko nga nagkakaroon tayo ng parang short-term resistance dito for two reasons. Number one, yung sinabi ko kanina sa daily chart, right? Tawag dito sa daily chart na possible siyang mag-pullback, right? Possible siyang mag-pullback. Again, hindi ko sinasabi na guaranteed yung pullback na yun, but there's a possibility of it. But then again, I'm not also discounting the fact that this low test bar right now can be a trigger for at least a continuation towards the ceiling before it pulls back. Okay, so two things to watch out for. If that happens again later on, I am very much willing to jump in on a buy as soon as I'm available somewhere at this level. So I'm plotting a B there. So somewhere at this level will be a buy. If the price stays below, then it could be a sell. All right. But then again, it's Friday, so I cannot guarantee that I'll be watching my chart for the rest of the evening. But yeah, if I'll be available, definitely these are the two things that I'll be watching out for. Pag hindi naman yan mangyari, then Monday na ako mag-aabang ng buy dito kung sakaling mag-drop man yan, hindi ko siya makatch. Or kung umakyat man doon, dito ako maghahanap ng sell. So kung mapapansin nyo, medyo baliktad lang siya. Kasi bakit? Dito sa gitna, nandyan sa kaligitnaan ng resistance, right? Pero kung mangyari yung breakout dito, nakalabas na siya, then may panibagong resistance, so sell na naman tayo. Pero kung bumaba yun, din babalik siya dun sa floor, kaya buy na naman tayo. So, by practicing support and resistance, that's how I look for trades, knowing that it can possibly reverse once it touches a significant support or resistance. So, for now, there's very little chance that I'll be taking some trades on Euro, right? But this could be possible on GBP, right? Because this one is actually staying above right now. Look at that bar. Ayun na nga. Ayun no, nag-trigger na siya dun sa kanina kaso nag-expire yung trade ko, but hindi ko ba ito nabalikan? But anyway, alright. So, yan. It's a different story for GBP USD because GBP USD is like really showing strength there on H1. Pero again, ulitin ko po ha, knowing that hindi pa nga actually siya nagko-crossover, so there could be a possible correction here first before the price can really go and push much higher. Kasi let's do a quick back test on EMAs, right? Pansinin nyo, parang ganito. crossover, though minsan tumutuloy, ito yung ayaw nyo, yung correction muna dyan, or yung crossover, tapos babalik muna bago. Parang kukuha siya ng buwelo, kumbaga. Right? Pero again, understanding that this is coming from a downtrend, there's still a very good chance that it can continue. Alright? For some traders, they might be looking at the trend. Sorry, medyo malikot yung chart ko. Right? I was looking for an example. Parang dun sa actual crossover, pero naka-on pala yung auto forward. Okay, this one, like this one. Ito yung situation niya ngayon, nagko-crossover pa lang siya. So ang ayaw nyo mangyari is like nandito kayo somewhere tapos bumaba muna siya bago siya mag-spike out, right? So that's the situation that we are in right now. So be extra careful lang. At the same time, this is a strong ceiling right here that can be tested. But then again, if you want to be a little aggressive, that's a beautiful breakout here and a retest on H1. Yeah, take note, this is an H1 chart on Gbp Usd. Okay, so that's an H1 chart there. Then it can possibly go in that direction. Let's see how it goes after. Right. So on a lower time frame, like 15 minutes, yes, the price is still staying above the EMAs there after a pullback in this level. So if you are looking to buy, pwede pa rin naman dyan. Pero sabi ko nga, be extra cautious lang if you're looking at it. All right. And you must understand that if the market will not move or won't move in your favor, right, you should be ready to accept the level of stop loss that you're setting. Kasi minsan or usually ang iba is like pag hindi nagmo-move in their favor, biglang ang nagiging solution is to adjust the stop loss away from the trade, 'di ba? So what you need to understand is if the price is not moving in your favor, right? That's the reason why you have your stop loss there, to make sure that you are reminded, right, of that reversal or whatnot. Okay? All right. So moving on to NZD USD. Look at that breakout from the symmetrical triangle, right? As expected, it could break out there bullish, right? Nung nandito siya, kasi coming from bullish, right? Then yun na nga ang nangyari. We're very, very close to the ceiling, all right? So, same scenario kung tatanggalin ko tong mga trend line dito. Balik lang po ako dito sa general market condition niya or D1. Oops. Wrong. I deleted the EMA instead of the... Just 1 second. All right. I deleted the EMA instead of just the diagonal line. All right. So that's 21. And that's blue. All right. Good. So from here, ito pa rin, same scenario. Kaka-crossover lang nito. Actually, hindi pa nga. Hindi katulad nung tawag dito, Euro US, no? So ito kaka-move niya pa lang doon. So there's a possible correction here before the price can really move up. So for me personally, I'm just waiting for the price to really touch that ceiling, just like what happened here. So I would like to see if I can go for a sell there. Kanina dito, right? Maganda rin naman yung move niyan. Okay? So kung mapapansin nyo, medyo na late na tayo. Kung itong low test bar nakuha natin kanina, that's a very good one, right? If you are, let's say, I think it's 1:1 already. Yeah, yan. Tumama na siya sa 1:1. Look at that, beautifully hitting your 1:1 there. So sa akin, gusto ko siyang umakyat pa ng konti. Since na-miss out ko na yan, I will look for a sell. Right? Again, I'm not trading with the trend there, but instead, a little bit against that short-term uptrend. I want to see that correction and capture some few pips there. Conservatively, yung pinaka-conservative na approach dyan is I would like to wait for the crossover, right? Yun yung pinaka-conservative. I want to wait for the crossover. Then, of course, I want to see the price action moving in this direction. Again, from there, I will have a confirmation na yung crossover na nga, and there's a very good chance for the price to go there. Initial take profit will be somewhere here, and the next one will be any higher level, reviewing historical data again, probably somewhere here, or maybe meron yan level somewhere in the middle, right? So that's a thing for Monday if the price breaks out. Well, look at that. The dollar is still becoming weak again. A little bit here, right? As the price is still going up. Pero it's not as automatic as we want it to be, 'di ba? Sabi ko nga kanina. All right? It could be just being caused by that high impact news. But yeah, let's see. Yep, the night is still young, as they say, and the market is still open. There are still prices moving there, though it's Friday. Pero again, conservatively, wait for those EMAs if you're using EMAs as your indicator, right? Or if you want to call it Friday already, then just go and enjoy Friday and balikan nyo na lang to on Monday, right? All right, dollar yen, or sorry, USD CAD muna, right? USD CAD, as mentioned, it is still going that direction. So kung mapapansin nyo, yun na nga, bumaba na siya papunta dun sa box natin. I believe we have this added there on Wednesday, okay? So kung mapapansin nyo, that is now broken. This short-term sideways is now broken. Kung maalala nyo itong ginawa natin dito, right? So ito siya. This is now broken. So we are very, very close to the floor. So ibig sabihin, balik na tayo dun sa D1 natin na chart para makapag-buy na naman tayo somewhere here. And at the same time, kagaya lang ng sinabi ko kanina, crossover. Look at that. Price have broken through. A little bit of a correction here for the potential continuation. Right? Kung kaya niya talagang i-break yung pababa na yan. But looking at this one, there's momentum there. There's a very good chance it will. Kaya nga sabi ko kanina, pag yung breakout na yan nangyari, right? Ibig sabihin, looking at USD CAD, again, USD as your base currency, CAD as your term, right? It is the same as USD, CHF, USD, JPY, which earlier we're seeing price going down. Ibig sabihin, we could possibly expect for a weaker USD for next week if that floor is broken, right? Pero pag hindi naman, then we could expect for this bounce right here going that direction. All right? So for me personally, I will wait for a buy somewhere at 1.2717. Diyan ako mag-aabang ng buy order ko. Okay? Diyan po ako mag-aabang ng possible buy order, right? So when would that be? Well, as soon as it hits the floor, then I will look for, if not a low test bar, a bullish engulfing coming from that level, or this level I mean, right, for a buy order. Pag hindi, then I will wait for that breakout plus retest before a sell. Okay?
It's time for bed.
Thank you, Alexa. So that's USD CAD. USD CHF, I have shown earlier, right? So yun na nga, nagpo-pull back na siya dito. Again, yung trade ko na pending is on the daily chart, waiting for that bullish engulfing as a confirmation. Pero again, as mentioned, I am not seeing that this can possibly be triggered tonight, but instead, what I am watching out for this time is this potential low test bar. So ibig sabihin, pag naging confirmed low test bar yan, then I could be on a long position on USD CHF again comes Monday kung hindi man to matrigger tonight, right? Different lang kay dollar yen a bit kasi si dollar yen is nasa baba na nung floor na tinitingnan ko, okay? Oops, sorry, not that. Kung mapapansin nyo dito, ito yung initial floor na basis natin. So technically nagbe-breakout siya dyan. Okay? So kung babalik tayo dito, ilang beses niya nang tinetest tong horizontal line na to. So it has failed to go higher there. So it's giving me a little bit of a mixed signal there if I can go and buy on USD JPY as well. So, but then again, USD CHF is showing me a much clearer view, right? So from here, there's a symmetrical triangle pattern here. So there's a bit of indecision. Pero as you have seen with that indecision kay NZD USD, yung ganito kanina tapos may biglang triangle, asaan nag-breakout? Nag-breakout siya pataas kasi yung pressure from historical data, right, is coming from below, right? So pressure is coming from the buyers really trying to push the price up. So in this case, seeing that this is an opposite move here, ang pressure galing from sellers. So this symmetrical triangle can possibly break through that level. So it's kind of mixed situation there for me. I would like to see how it goes on Monday na. So ibig sabihin, USD, JPY, and dollar Swiss will be on my watch list comes Monday. So if I'll be available tonight to look for trades and wrap up my whole week, then possibly USD pairs like USD CHF and USD yen won't be on my list for tonight, right? And lastly, gold, yun na nga, pag ano man mangyari dun sa mga currency pairs na sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, then I'll be watching on gold as well. So for some gold traders, right, you are in a level right now that this price can either go towards the ceiling or floor. Pero kung nakabuy kayo since earlier today, good job, right? Medyo may konting tinest lang ang confidence yun ng konti dito kanina. So I'm still seeing a possibility of this price continuing towards that direction right there, right? So itong short term na to na move, this can still possibly go, right? Tonight. So just watch out for that resistance. Do not put your take profit somewhere above the resistance already. So the very use of support and resistance is for you to know actually when to stop that trade, when to close it, and when to finally say na, okay, yeah, we'll take the money, right? Early. All right? Or maybe sa stop loss niya pag nag-breakout yun din yung kumbaga, yun na yung limit niya. All right? So that is for the major currency pairs that I am monitoring, right? And tingnan pa nga natin dito. Wala na, sorry. Ito na pala yung last. Akala ko, this is the last chart. All right, but anyway, again, if you're watching this session on a later time, no, and you're trading on a much lower time frame, please make sure that you go back to your chart, all right, and take every information that you got from me here again with a grain of salt. As you understand, trading is risky, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Okay, so if you have questions, clarifications, do not be afraid or do not hesitate to send me a private message. And again, as always, I'll try to answer your questions and queries, any concern that you might have related to forex trading to the best of my knowledge. And just in case I won't have the answer for you, I'll try my best to point you to the right direction where you can find the answer as well. All right, so from me to you guys, you have a wonderful weekend ahead of you. Thank you so much for making time again for our live market review. It's Friday. Yeah, do not stress yourself out. Kung wala na kayong makitang trading opportunities dyan, you can jump in, right, on your trades or your charts again comes Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. And as always, may the pips be with you, everyone. Papa you for now. Cheers.
Recording in progress.